going on? How you been? Man, you feel that frequency? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? Are you allowing it to go deep into your soul? Once again, this is Polo Gold. Praise one, love one, God only. And I'm on a mission to bring hope to as many people and their families that I can. Before I do continue, I must give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yes. Amazing things are happening and I'm so excited. Oh yes, I am. Starting with the blessing and be able to wake up and live another day, being guided. I choose to be in alignment with my power. I choose to see peace and be guided by the teacher of love. Let me turn it down a little bit just so it's not so distorted, but I hope this frequency is reaching you. I choose to be a host to you, God, my universe. How can I be of service today? Man, big shout outs to G Papa. You can find him at IG95. Gabriel Trebiso on Facebook. Man, it's an honor and a great pleasure to see your growth, man. Yes. Oh, yes, it is. Yes. I choose to be a host to you, God, my universe. How can I be of service today? Yes. Big shout outs to Nipsey Hussle. Man, I love it. Can't bend under mental pressure. Don't bend under mental pressure. I love it. Mr. Les Brown, thank you for putting out everything that you put out and produce. I love it. There is none greater than he who is within me. None. There is none greater than he who dwells within me. And I can do anything and everything through Jesus Christ that dwells within me. And there's no weapon formed against me that shall prosper. Yes. Oh man. I decided to drop this one tonight. A couple days prior to, or actually one day prior to Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys enjoy the silence. I hope you guys enjoy the moment of being able to be alive and really, really seize the moment of the now, the moment of now. Yes, no opportunities wasted. I wanted also let you guys know or recommend 2 movies. You guys probably seen them already. But now in these times that are coming ahead, they might seem a little more realistic. The first one's called Divergent. You guys remember that one? Divergent? Check it out. Do your own research. The other one was published first and it became a movie. And they always say the novel is better than the movie, but it's whatever you feel and however you see it. The second one is called, the name of it is called The Giver. Once again, Divergent and The Giver. Check them out. Check them out. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Dr. A. Rashid. Strike that. Dr. Rashid A. Buttar. The correct spelling of his last name is Buttar. Yes, hashtag we changed the world. Hashtag we changed the world. So let me ask you a couple questions. What have you been doing with your time? Have you been investing in yourself? Have you been reading? Have you been utilizing this time to reflect? To allow the healing process to continue? Have you been guarding your mind? It's very important. Bless you. Have you been able to learn how to laugh at yourself? Get to know yourself? Have you been digging deep to find out what your purpose on this earth is? On this realm, what your purpose is? Are you walking around agitated, frustrated? Are you focusing on the things that really don't matter? Today's topic is guard your mind. Like Nipsey Hussle says, because I still hear him, is don't bend under mental pressure. How can you achieve that? By knowing who you really are. By getting to know yourself. By loving yourself. By letting go of all the emotional baggage that is not important. I chose for about roughly 20 years to carry some baggage, man. It was not worth it. I had to go through that, man, to get to this point right now so I can share with you. And what freedom it has brought for me to be able to recognize that I need to let it go. And when I took that decision and I embraced it, then the growth came, the spiritual growth. And once again, welcome to the spiritual encounter. Like always, I want to give it up. Big old big ups and shout outs to all my brothers and sisters and kings and queens that are in the trenches with us. Yes, we're doing big things. And it starts within. Because if I don't like what I see, I can't change no one. I can't change the way they are and the way they talk to me, the way they treat me, the way they think about me, the way they put me down, the way they call me crazy. I can't do that. But the moment I start changing within, then what I see will change. Because then I get to create my own reality, my own realm. But it's a process, and it's a beautiful process. So guarding your mind, right? Guarding your mind. So now we're going to enter the last month, the second month of the second quarter of 2020. And this has been a very, I always said we're going to bring 2020 with a bang. Oh, and we have, either by choice or not by choice, but this came in with a bang. And we are going to make it out of this. But keep in mind, remember the movie, The Giver. It's not going to be the same. Remember, they had to introduce something very radical. And with that something very radical, they were able to sneak in globally fear, a vibration of fear. Not that vibration. That vibration is healing. But they were able to introduce a vibration of fear globally, worldwide. So remember, guard your mind. by them introducing a worldwide frequency of fear, it's going to allow them to introduce something more radical, and it's coming. Are you ready for it? What did they do? They offered you a $1,200 bribe? A $1,200 bribe. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's much appreciated. But don't forget that you're worth way more than that. What about earning $1,200 a day? Or a week? Or every 2 weeks? Without being bribed, without selling your soul, but by doing what's right and becoming a contributing member of society and building others up instead of tearing people down. So, programming, right? We've been programmed since we were little kids, right? Get up, go to school for 5 days, come home, have 2 days off, right? You go to college, same thing, but you get to work a little bit, right? Been programmed, right, to get a job, right? So now you can leave college and get a job. How does that work? Work 5 days, come home, have 2 days off. Now they mixed it up in between there, right? Now you got split shifts. Sometimes they'll give you a Wednesday off in between, and then you come back and finish the other 2 days. Maybe work 3 days, maybe work 2 days, get 1 day off, and then work 3 other days, and then get another day off, right? But basically they've been programming you, right? Programming you to think that you are worth the check that they're paying you, right? When in reality, there is no amount of money that you are worth. You are priceless. There's no amount of money that someone can say, here's this pile of money, this is what you're worth. No, you are worth way more than that. When God made you, the Creator, the Most High, He made a conqueror, someone victorious, a champ. But if you don't guard your mind, then you're programmed and you think that $1,200, then you made it, right? Now, what about, let's see, what did you spend those $1,200 on? Something materialistic? Or did you pay off some bills? If you did pay off some bills, good job. Great job. Okay. So, we've been programmed to work a job, and then it used to be at the end of 40 years, 25 years, 30 years, you get a gold watch, and then you retire, and then you're so old that you die, right? So you get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, go home, go to sleep, retire, get a watch, get a small little pension, and then you die. You die and you didn't even enjoy your retirement because then your body hurts. You've been beat up mentally your whole life because you were programmed, right? Okay. So, have you been using this whole time to really, really dig deep down inside and be creative? Maybe write a book, maybe write a novel, maybe a screenplay, maybe start writing a journal of what has happened to you and release it and let it go. And then add to your journal and write down what you're going to accomplish and what you're going to do. Have you set any goals? Any goals with a plan of action and your schedule tied to it? It's very important. By the way, for those that can't attend church personally, it's a good thing we have YouTube, because you can actually attend church through TD Jakes. He's giving awesome services, waking people up online through YouTube. Also, Joe Austin, awesome. Also, Raul Reese with Calvary Chapel. His channel is Somebody Loves You. Especially during these times, people are feeling like they're not loved, especially if they don't love themselves. Because I didn't love myself at one time, so I know how that feels. And I want to share with you how we can accomplish that, you know. And if you can find your own church where you can dig, or, you know, you dig it and you feel comfortable, then by all means, surround yourself with that. Don't be watching the television. What's the television going to bring? Nothing but bad news. Bad news that really just give you bad vibes, bad frequency, filled with fear. And you're not guarding your mind. Okay, have you thought about that? You know, if you're sitting in front of a TV and all you're hearing is stuff that's horrible and they're bringing fear into you, then your molecules in your body, they're going to be filled with fear, and then you're going to be scared, and then your immune system's going to be weak. And then what's going to happen? Who knows, right? But if you guard your mind and you plug into resources that are out there to empower yourself through self-education, then you'll start to become healthier and stronger spiritually, then mentally, and then physically. Because once again, I am a spiritual being inside a physical body, and I'm not bound by my flesh. I am limitless, I am fearless, and whatever I believe and whatever I can conceive, I will achieve. First thing that I would recommend is working on peace, inner peace, true peace, spiritual peace. Okay, here's something that I like to repeat and remind myself. Thanks to Dr. Deepak Chopra. I'm telling you, check him out. Check him out. One of his mantras is, I walk through my days lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I made an adjustment. I like to say I walk through my life lighthearted and carefree, knowing all is well. See, everything that I'm sharing with you, I've been mentored. And you don't have to take it to the T how I'm explaining it. No, I actually want you to be creative and make it your own way, your own style, and then share it and grow and help others and build them up. Why don't we stop breaking people down but building others up? Just a thought, just an idea. You know what I mean? Another exercise that I want to give you another exercise that it was just given to me, an idea that came to me. Do you ever put lotion on your body, like after you shower, or, you know, you ever put lotion? And for those that don't put lotion on your body or on your face, I understand, but you can still do this. But here we go. When I'm putting lotion after I shower in the morning and I get ready, I'll start with my mind's eye, and I say, I love you, I appreciate you. Oh, and I put lotion on my face. I love you, I'm proud of me. Oh, I appreciate you. And as I'm rubbing all my body, I love me, I love me, I love me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sounds kind of funny, huh? But it works. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my healthy muscles and my healthy joints and my healthy blood and my healthy immune system, my healthy mind. Thank you, my spirit. I love my spirit. all over. Thank you, my healthy organs. Thank you, my beautiful and healthy optical nerves and my beautiful eyes that allow me to see clearly. All over. Yeah. And another exercise that came to me that I want to share, because anybody can have knowledge. And if you keep it to yourself, it's unused knowledge and selfish knowledge. Once again, it's not about me. Never has been, never will be. Never. So I'd rather share this with you. Another exercise that I've come to apply that was just given to me is I'll hug myself, right? I'll hug myself and I'll say, I'm proud of me. I'm at peace with me. I'm happy with me. I love me. I trust me. I appreciate me. I'm confident in me. I forgive me. And I believe in me. Oh, yes. Yes. Sounds kind of crazy, huh? I know. But remember, go ahead. If you ever meet me one day and if my mom's right there, ask her, is your son crazy? She'll say yes. And then ask her, does he know he's crazy? She'll say yes. And if you ever ask me if I'm crazy, I'll be like, yes, I am. And I'm crazy to live life. There's a song by the Ramones. Good looking out, Miles. I choose to live. Listen to that song. I choose to live. I choose life. Oh, man. Yes. Man, this is beautiful. So, guard your mind. Guard it. Because they are going to open up and release us. And don't forget, it's been a plan. It's been a plan to keep us cooped up. I like to say that they got away with it. How did they do it? They did it by having us involuntarily, voluntarily, subliminally locked up. They call it quarantine in our homes. Subliminally. And this has been going on for a long time, since the beginning of time, put it that way. Involuntarily, voluntarily, subliminally locked up in our houses. And people are starting to get very agitated, right? And be warned, they are going to open up the gates. They're going to open up the doors. And they're expecting all of us to run out there and run amok and chaos. And they're just going to be watching us like animals. And they're going to allow the first wave of people go and get out there and die. Because we didn't guard our mind. We didn't learn what we were supposed to learn. We got to be careful. Right? So, we're going to go back to work and get a job and be working. You know, those that are employed, right? Those that are employees, right? Now remember, there's nothing wrong with working from 9 to 5, right? Because you're building your boss's dream, right? But what is wrong is what you do from 5 to midnight. Are you now investing in your dream? Are you going to be building your business? So from 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, you know, you're building your boss's business. Good for him, right? But then what are you doing after 5 to midnight? Okay, come home, feed the kids, you know. Do what you got to do, but then you still got, what, 4, 3, 4, 5 hours to now invest in your dream and your business, right? What happened a couple years ago? They started with the furlough. When that came out, I was like, what is a furlough? What? It pretty much meant that The government couldn't pay the employees, but they still asked them or required them politely to go to work, but they were going to pay them later. Okay, now, what is it, a couple years later? They don't call it furlough no more. They call it something else, right? And only essential people are working. And now no one else is working that have a job that was employed, right? So then what's going to happen later, right? So invest in yourself and in your dream now, so when they open it up, you don't bend from mental pressure. How does it start? By getting to know yourself, digging deep, digging real deep, getting to know what your heart tells you. Sitting in silence and appreciating the silence and allowing the healing process to continue, so you can go through it and grow through it while you're going through it. Thank you, Joel Osteen. Yes, yes. So remember, guard your mind. And not just necessarily guard your mind from the outside influences, but also what you're telling yourself. Because right now, where you are at does not determine what you can be, what you can accomplish, and what you can be and where you can do. Because there's greatness within you, and I believe in you the same way they believed in me. Thank you, Les Brown. Now, as you go through these changes, there's going to be people that are not going to believe in you, and they're not going to care. But it's okay. It's quite all right. Because anytime that you're willing to invest in yourself and reprogram yourself and make your new program, then people are going to like it, because they've been trying to program you for so long. And once you start working on bringing out the best version of yourself, then you're going to start to see people like us that have been there waiting for you, praying for you, and we're going to high five you, and we're going to build you up and bring you up, because we need you. Yes, I know you're going through some stuff. We all go through situations, not similar, but they're still situations. But you need to pull through these situations, because what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And don't allow the fear to kill you. Don't allow the fear to kill your mind. Get into your mind, killing your spirit and killing your body. Because we need to hear your story, that you triumphed and you were victorious, because there's going to be others behind you that are going to go through similar situations like yours. And they're going to be lost. And we need you to snap out of it, because it's not about you. It's not about me. Never has been, never will. And when you help somebody else and you're of service, then you grow. By the way, big shout outs to all my shipmates in the military and everybody who's in the armed forces. And I want to give big shout outs to all my brothers and sisters, all my shipmates who are on the USS CVN 70 Carl Vinson. Yes, thank you guys. I was there once, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing. By the way, everybody listening, you guys are so worth it. Going to war, going to the Persian Gulf, you guys are so worth it. And our freedom is worth it. We've come so far to give up now. We can't collapse. We just gotta program. Let me share a little story with you. There was this gentleman that, through the choices that he made, he ended up in jail. quite a few times, and every time every time that he was in jail, he didn't learn, and he was just so anxious to leave and get out, and he was waiting for them to call his number and call him to roll it up and release, and the doors open, and he just darted out there like a bat out of hell, running. And then he continued on with his same choices, and whether it was a year later, 6 months later, a couple years later, he ended up back in jail. Same choices, right? Being locked up, anxious for them to open the door. Let me out, let me out, let me out. He had a program in there, just like in the military, you got a program as well, right? He was programming in there, right? And then they open up the doors and boom. And then he didn't learn anything. And then each time, his choices were getting worse and worse and worse, because he figured, well, I'm just going to go back to jail anyways, right? And I'm not healing, and so what the heck? Then he eventually made it to prison, right? And not learning, but he learned the program, right? And not learning, waiting for the doors to open, ready to hear his number and getting called to roll it up and release. And then the doors open and boom, gone. Running, right? More bad choices, more bad programming, right? Didn't reprogram his mind to appreciate life, right? And then back in prison. Then he came back out and same thing, didn't learn, didn't appreciate, didn't change his choices, didn't guard his mind, right? And then one time, he ended up in prison again. He was in a vehicle, right? And this time, he didn't do nothing. But because of his history, his record, they didn't care. And they took him, right? And they took him. And this time, he had to kneel down and look up and ask God, the Most High, for help. And he finally realized, I'm making the wrong choices. And he realized this time, if you let me out of here, I promise I will start making the right choices. No matter how long it takes me, no matter how long, but I'm going to start making right choices to right a wrong. And the miracle happened and he was released. But this time he didn't run out. He walked out, calculated steps. From that day forward, calculated steps, calculated decisions, guarding his mind, right? And no one says that it's going to be easy. But if it's easy, it's sleazy and greasy. So once again, to all my brothers and sisters that are doing things, scheming on people, trying to take advantage of people, trying to blame others for your mistakes, for all my brothers that are taking advantage of people that are trying to help you, and you're not learning, oh man, remember, what you give out, you will receive, and that is a universal law. What do I mean by universal law? Okay, gravity. If I get on top of this roof of this house and I jump, I'm gonna fall, right? If I go to the Grand Canyon and I walk to the edge and I jump off, I'm gonna fall, right? Why? Gravity, right? Universal law. You can't change that, right? So if I do something, if whatever I give out, I will receive. If I take advantage of people, oh man, it's not gonna go good. It never will. You'll just be miserable inside. And when you see people shining, bright and smiling, you can't handle that. It irritates. Okay? So, with that being said, I have another bit of advice. if you don't mind me sharing with you. Be slow to anger, slow to react, and quick to think, and quick to listen. But Polo Go, that is so hard. Yes, it is. Believe me, it is. Okay, but what helps is, once again, another exercise that I participate in by myself, because when you dig deep with yourself and you take that time to go into your mind and reflect, this message came to me, and here it goes. And then basically it goes like this: I challenge myself every day to not allow any insignificant, irrelevant distractions to affect my mind, my spirit, and my happiness. But instead, I challenge myself to remain focused at the task and goal at hand. What is my task? To bring hope to as many people and their families that I can, to be light and salt to this world, right? To build others up. But if I allow any insignificant, irrelevant distraction get me out of focus, then I lose. And I cannot blame no one else. Never. Now, I do struggle with this as well, I gotta be honest with you. But now I'm seeing it that way, so now I have the upper hand, because now I'm realizing that I have control. And if I react to what you say or do to me, then I give you the control. I was walking one day, and I had my cane out, and I hear, hey, you blind person, hey. I kept going. I didn't walk around. I didn't stop and turn back and say, "Are you talking to me?" I kept going. And I kept going, and the farther I got, the person was yelling even harder, and they were getting mad. But what ended up happening? I kept the power and my focus, and I ended up making it home safe. So, all right, you guys. I noticed that, I'm pretty sure that you guys noticed that people are getting very agitated out there. This whole thing that's going on is just trying to divide us more than ever. We can't allow that to happen. No, united we are stronger. I know it's frustrating. Believe me, I know it is frustrating. But instead of focusing on and seeing it as this is frustrating, why don't we look at it as this is an opportunity to reprogram ourselves and how we think and what we say and how we react, and start focusing on our dreams and be creative and imaginative, and not to bend and break under mental pressure. All right, everybody. Hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. Feel free to drop me any comments. I will get back to you. Thank you for joining me in this spiritual encounter walk journey. Remember, it's not about religion, but it's about a personal relationship with the Most High, and in return, a personal relationship with yourself. And once you tap into yourself, oh God, then you can create whatever you want. And once you start creating whatever you want, of course, for the good, then you will live a dream life. There's a song that goes, "Life can be a dream, sweetheart," and I believe, yes. So you guys take care. Blessings. Namaste. Let's get it done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.